Welcome back to Good Living. Now, if you've just joined us, we're with Kurt from Wagamama in the kitchen today, and we're making Kai Sen Gohan.
Kai Sen Gohan.
Kai Sen. So Kai Sen is seafood? Mm-hmm. And Gohan is rice, or something with rice.
That's the one.
There you go. So I've got my Japanese lesson all sorted out. All right, so shall we get started?
Cool, okay. I've pre-done my rice, which is what you could do at home, and I'm just going to keep that hot, so this dish is really easy to prepare. So I pre-do the rice. With the sauce, I've got a little bit of corn flour here, and I'm just going to get this ready as well, just before we get started. So just with a little bit of water, and that way we can just thicken the sauce slightly once we've got everything hot in the wok. So the seafood I'm using today, Megan, I've got some squid, we've got some prawns, some scallops, and one of my favourites, chikuwa.
Yeah, so what is this? It looks very interesting.
It's Japanese fish cake.
Right.
You can get it at a lot of shops around town. It's one of my favourites, and it's in a lot of our dishes. Really popular. Looks a wee bit weird, tastes really good.
Yeah. So whereabouts in the supermarkets do we find that? Is it like in the frozen section or?
In the frozens, yeah. It is a pre-cooked product, so you just need to reheat it back up. It's lovely through stir fries, and yeah, I'm seeing a lot of shops. So,
oh, great.
Japanese fish cake or chikuwa, as they pronounce that.
Fantastic.
So prawns and scallops, they're all ready to go there. Just with the squid, I've just got a squid tube here, and all I'm going to do is just cut that in half. And I'm just going to score it. You'll often see when you go to restaurants, you see the squid scored a lot. It's just so it sort of stays in a nice shape and it just keeps it a little bit more tender.
Oh, okay.
What I'm going to do with the squid is cook it very quickly. If we cook squid nice and quickly, it won't be tough.
Okay, good. Because I guess there's a fine line, is there, between
There is, squid? Yeah, I love squid, and it is very easy to overcook, and in that instance, it's going to be a little bit hard to eat because it's sort of got that firm texture as it does anyway. And I'm just going to slice that, so just fairly roughly sliced there, being a stir fry.
That's great.
So seafood's all ready to go there. With the veggies, it's entirely up to you. Today I've got some bok choy, which I'm just going to roughly chop, and I've got just some red capsicum.
So just you can use whatever you would normally use.
You can use whatever you like. There's lots of nice Asian greens. Bok choy's plentiful in supply and really available at the moment. Capsicums, they're pretty good. But yeah, what have you got? And likewise with the seafood, you could mix it up. You could, if there's something you don't like here, just substitute that for fish, or you could do it just with prawns if you liked.
Oh, okay, that's
just
a good
with
idea.
scallops if you liked. So again with the veggies, just going to roughly chop these into nice bite-sized pieces.
So a substitute for the squid could be, what kind of fish would you recommend?
Preferably a firmer fish.
Yeah.
Monkfish, which is around a lot, does grill or wok really nicely.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, preferably a firmer fish, just so it doesn't break down in the wok when we're cooking, which I'll get nice and hot now. And I've got a little bit of garlic that we're going to put through the dish, so if you've got cloves, you could just peel and crush, or as you know, there's a lot of the prepared stuff around these days, which is
good,
all pretty good.
Easy.
And the sauce is pretty much going to be an all-in-one, which I'll talk about when we start adding that.
Brilliant.
Now I'm going to get a wok, or if you've got a good quality fry pan at home, almost smoking really hot.
So as hot as we possibly can without setting off the fire alarms.
That's the one.
And the oil that you're using, Kurt?
Just a vegetable oil or a canola oil.
Yep.
Cool. And with the chikuwa, I'm just going to slice those into little rings.
Ah, so yes, I do recognise them now. That's what it looks like when
That's
it's
the
been...
ones,
yeah, cool.
It's through a lot of our noodle dishes.
Yeah, that's great.
So you can see the wok there is starting to smoke, so that's what we're looking for. I'm going to start with a little bit of garlic. And the seafood. So cooking with gas today, so it's really nice and hot.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it?
So just moving it around so we can seal in all the seafood. And the chikuwa. Smells good.
Yeah.
And we can start to add our capsicum.
As well as all your fabulous Asian-inspired noodle dishes that you have at Wagamama, you might not know they do some really good desserts as well, and I know that there's some great desserts on your menu that people keep coming back for, isn't there?
Really popular, yeah. Our most popular is probably our white chocolate and ginger cheesecake, which is very Moorish, and we do a take on a chocolate cake which is got wasabi.
Yes.
Through our icing.
And it's really yummy.
Yeah, a lot of people I think just try it for trying its sake, but it is really nice. The wasabi is just quite light, but it is a really nice touch through the
just gives it a good depth, doesn't it?
through the chocolate. Now the sauce, I'm going to add some water, and that's going to come to the boil really quickly. And I've got some Shoshing wine here, which is a cooking wine made from fermented rice, a wee bit like sherry.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of sesame, a little bit of light soy, and some oyster sauce. So a couple of spoons of that. So at this point I'm going to add my bok choy because I sort of want that to wilt through the dish. And once that comes to the boil, we can just thicken it with the corn flour. I'll just give my rice a flash.
Looking good.
So heating that through now. And the bok choy will just start to wilt down. So at this point I can start to add the corn flour. Now soon we've mixed that with the water once this does come back to the heat. It'll sort of thicken the sauce a little bit.
Yeah. So the corn flour is just used as a standard thickening agent, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm just going to season that with a little bit of salt and sugar. So out of a lot of our dishes, this one's probably a little bit more Chinese in style with the oyster sauce and with the rice wine.
And could we substitute chicken, do a chicken version of
Certainly,
this with exactly the same ingredients, the sauces and things?
Yeah, really well. So we can see the sauce is sitting there. I'll just check my rice.
Perfect. I love it when that happens.
And now that it's come to the heat, I don't want to boil it for too long, or, whoopsie, it will sort of boil the seafood, which is not ideally what we're after.
So you still want it nice to the bite.
Nice to the bite. And I might just do a little bit more sauce, I think. That is our Kai Sen Gohan with rice.
Fantastic. Looks amazing, something that you can perhaps try tonight, and it smells incredible too, and of course it's really good for you as well. So we will have the recipe on our website later on, so make sure you do check into the website probably from the end of today, tomorrow. But remember, Wagamama, their address 152 Oxford Terrace in Christchurch, which is the old Public Trust building. Jot it down, head along for National Noodle Day next Tuesday, but phone for more information on 03 377 6819 and have a look at their website too and find out what you're going to dine on when you next go there, which is wagamama.co.nz. Kurt, thank you very much.